Attacks against organized labor, gender discrimination, and censorship were just some of the ways that the infamous decade and the military regime that followed afterwards oppressed the people, especially the working class and women. This caused many of them to turn to and support Juan Perón, who acknowledged their desires.
Hi guys, it's the Argentina group. My name is Symphony, this is Johanna, and this is Chloe. So the purpose of this video is to review Argentina under Juan Perón. So we have 12 different cups, but 10 of these are different flavors of jelly beans that we don't know. In each cup, there's going to be a bad flavor and a good flavor, and these beans all look the same, and this is the Bean Boozled challenge kind of implement. So we have our cup of questions that we will answer, and we have a spit cup in case we need to throw up the bad flavor. But anyways, how this video will go is, so each of us will take a bean from this cup or this cup, and basically eat it at the same time. And whoever gets the bad jelly bean will have to choose a question from this cup and answer it.
And dog food or, chocolate.
What were Perón's failures? So Perón had a few failures in his regime.
One of them was that he did not nationalize key foreign-owned industries, and he also did nothing to move the latifundios.
He tried his 5-year plan again for the second time, which failed. It got a lot of the industries upset because it gave a lot of farmers higher prices and a lot of workers high prices for not actually doing the workload. So that made the industries very upset. Also, his wife had died, which lost him a lot of supporters, therefore lost his social game.
Moldy cheese or but I'm popped.
How was Eva Perón a significant figure during Perón's administration?
So just as we stated before, one of his failures was her dying. She gained him a lot of supporters
From female workers and from the female group in general.
Well, she started a lot of foundation and helped out, which in turn gained him a lot of supporters and upped up his social game, and also gave him a lot of lower class and women's support. So she was very, very influential in his administration.
Man,
The white one!
You purposely just picked that.
Some spray or licorice? Okay. It like exploded in my mouth when I bit into it.
You all got space.
Those two, we ended it. Thanks.
I'm still trying. The question is, what were the causes for Perón's rise to power?
So the main cause that kind of led to his rise to power was the infamous decade. It's the period before Perón's rule. So in this rule, it was Uriburu, Justo, Ortiz, and Castillo. And they also had the dry law,
Which censored a lot of media and
radio broadcast, tango music, and soap operas, so that they thought that these kind of media corrupted the people.
public more.
Yeah. And because of that, people didn't like the infamous decade, which caused them to turn to another power, which Perón was able to get.
what is it? No, don't say.
Or an egg or buttered popcorn.
It's not! I got the same one as you guys did. Oh, we all have to answer. We did it. No, I swallowed it.
Oh, he's strong.
List Juan Perón's economic reforms and briefly explain their significance.
Oh
When he started his administration, he implemented the first 5-year plan in which he wanted to expand the economy through industrialization. That's why he increased government control of national economy and improved the industry.
And so some of the things he did was that he restricted imports to promote industrialization, state subsidies assist development, nationalization, control of river and air transport, state control of primary products, and he nationalized the bank as well.
Because he wants to increase domestic consumption to increase profits, he therefore is trying to help out the economy. Also, America and the UK was gaining more momentum in their exports. Argentina was starting to struggle. So Perón was
Isolationist.
Yeah.
So by nationalizing and improving domestic production, he was able to improve their economy as well. Fun clippings or like?
For Perón's successes.
Okay, so some of Juan Perón's successes was that he improved wages and working conditions for women and increased their access to education. He also established a minimum wage and pushed for equal work for equal pay.
He industrialized Argentina and he nationalized railroads and public utilities. Some projects were successful, but then some projects were unsuccessful, which therefore led to some of his downfalls.
Stinky sauce.
Great.
Or tutti frutti.
I don't want to do it. I want a tutti frutti.
In what ways and to what extent did Peron improve the country's conditions?
So he upped wages. He tried to make equal pay for everybody, especially women, since his wife was so influential in women's rights.
And overall, he did improve the economy with the nationalization and industrialization. But the thing was, it eventually kind of backfired on him, especially with his opposition.
Yeah.
And you can tell he was trying to improve and help the country with the second 5-year plan, but it didn't really work out because the bourgeoisie was kind of like against.
They saw that it wasn't benefiting them, so they started going against him. Yeah, the industries.
Bar for Pete.
It's sour.
Pete!
It tastes like a really rotten lemon.
I just want to be happy.
Explain the social policies that Peron implemented during his leadership.
His main focus is on empowering the working class and the woman. With his wife's help, Eva Peron, he was able to gain a lot of support from women by giving them position in the government. Eva Peron established the Peronist Feminist Party, which main focus was to be active in politics, but he kind of also used this to gain a lot of support from the women and build kind of this Peronist army so that he had a lot of support. People would vote for him, people would agree with him. And with the workers, he improved their minimum wage, he gave them an 8-hour workday, he gave them health benefits, pension, and he also gave them a lot of power with labor unions and strikes.
Booger or juicy pear? Juicy pear.
Wait, in what ways was Peron a populist leader? So populism means claiming to side with the common people. He sided with the working class in order to get that support and keep his power. With Evita Peron, she created that feminist party so that they could support Peron. Also had a lot of supporters from different sides of the political spectrum, like people from the right wing was supporting him, people from the left wing was supporting him. That's why, and like throughout the entire political spectrum, he had a lot of supports because he had tried to appease the people.
His tastes are very blue.
What happened during Peron's earlier life that affected his politics? So Peron, during his earlier life, went to Italy, where he then watched Nazism and fascism rise to power, and he was influenced by these politics.
During that time, fascism and Nazism was very successful in Italy and Germany, and he saw that as a good thing to bring back to Argentina. And that concludes this video.
Evita Peron, the nation's spiritual leader, died of cancer in 1952. Her death led to Peron losing his connection with the working class, especially with women. The economic recession in the early 50s, worsened by a drought that led to bad harvests, was blamed on Peron. His first 5-year plan was initially successful, but ultimately led to high inflation. In his second term, he created another 5-year plan to focus on agriculture, but it did not make much of a difference in improving the economy.
There was an increase in tensions between him, the church, and the military until the military forced him to resign and later sent him into exile for 18 years in Spain.
In 1973, he returned for a third term but died shortly after in 1974.